Welcome back, everybody, to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I'm joined by returning guest, Michael Hebner, and we're going to break down if the blueprint is out on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense. So, after the Chiefs dropped that game against the Raiders, everybody's saying that the Chiefs' offense is figured out, and Patrick Mahomes is finally stopped, but I just don't think the blueprint's out yet. I mean, I saw the same thing happen last year, and what happened? I mean, he was able to bounce back from 2 bad games, and he won the Super Bowl. I mean, I really don't think the blueprint is out yet. So, Michael, what do you think? Is the blueprint out on Patrick Mahomes, and can defenses stop him?
Yeah, no, I don't think that it's going to be a big issue or anything. I don't think anyone's figured anything out. It's all going to be fine. You know, in the next couple games, I'm sure they're going to work out whatever the big issue was. Last year, everyone thought that man-to-man was the kryptonite.
Yeah, the Colts did that, and the Texans did too, and they won. But I mean, like we saw this year, or like we saw last year, rather. I mean, once again, Mahomes is going to figure you out, and that's what happened last year.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, there's going to be hiccups and things. And one defense might do something, and he has an off day or whatever. But it really depends. I mean, obviously, I think there's issues for the team offensively on the offensive line. If receivers aren't getting open, he has no one to throw to. So obviously, if those two things combine together, then naturally he's going to not do well. So it really just comes down to those two things. If people aren't getting open and the offensive line isn't blocking, I mean, that's how you figure out any quarterback. It's how you stop any quarterback. There's really no way to stop him. You've got to stop the whole team.
Yeah, and I mean, this year what they're doing is they're able to rush him with a good pass rush, and what they're doing is they're dropping those linebackers in zone coverage. So that means that Mahomes would have to throw into double and sometimes triple coverage, and that explains why his receivers aren't getting open, because when those linebackers drop, it really clutters up the secondary. So for a receiver to get open, there's just more guys in their way to disrupt the pass and even, just stop the pass in general. So I think this is ridiculous. I really do. I don't think that Mahomes is even close to getting figured out. I really don't think you can figure him out. I mean, everything that we've seen teams try has not worked. I mean, or at least not worked over a long period of time. So I'm really not worried. I think that Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy are going to go back to the drawing board and draw up plays to get through this zone coverage that teams are now throwing at them. But, I mean, you can't say that there's a blueprint out on him when you're winning most of these games, and when you do lose, you're putting up 24 to 32 points. I mean, you just can't say that. I mean, if that's a blueprint, then you better keep working on the blueprint because it's obviously not working. So, I mean, Michael, I just don't see it. I really don't. But, I mean, what do you think?
There's really no way to beat him. I mean, everyone knows that, and everyone thinks they can figure him out, but there's really no way to beat him. He's just an incredible athlete. I mean, you can see it. He makes plays out of nothing. There were several plays during the Raiders game, especially that 2-point conversion where it's just like, oh, it's over. And then last minute, right before he runs out of bounds, he somehow zips it to some guy in the back of the end zone. So I don't think there's any way to figure him out. You just got to manage it, slow him down, but you can't truly stop him.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody this year says that these opposing defenses are shutting down Mahomes. But, I mean, have you ever thought that maybe Mahomes and the offense just didn't play a good game? I mean, that's what we've seen in the past few weeks. We beat the Patriots, but we didn't play a very good game. In that Raiders game, we didn't play a good game either, and we still put up 32 points. I mean, the Chiefs at their worst are still better than most teams, and that's just unbelievable. But I'm really not concerned. I think that, like I said earlier, Mahomes is going to figure them out. Eventually, these defenses are going to crumble under the pressure because, I mean, like we saw in weeks prior, if you cannot play this offense for 4 quarters, you will not win because we are just relentless on offense. We're going to throw stuff at you for 4 quarters, and you got to be able to stop it, and I don't think that's possible. So, unless you can score a ton of points and hope your defense can slow him down enough, that's the only way to win. I mean, there is no blueprint to absolutely shutting him down. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, we've yet to seen it. I mean, because even in the games that people have figured him out, they've still put up an average of 28 points. So at the end of the day, I really don't think that this is anything to worry about. Mahomes is going to get better, and like I said, they just had a bad game. I mean, everybody's going to have them, and I think that Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, and Patrick Mahomes are going to continue to bounce back and make sure this offense continues to get better. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, like and subscribe for more of the best Chiefs content on YouTube. You can also support the channel through the Patreon and follow us on Instagram. The links to those are in the description. You just listened to the KC Sports Report by Michael Darcy.